Hey, Julia, thanks for taking the time with us. You've gone the distance in each of your last three fights, and you have 9 wins by decision in total. What do you think that says about you as a fighter? Do you take some extra pride in the fact that your opponent may see that and say, damn, this girl's ready to go to war today?
Yeah, like I'm ready to go to war for all 15 minutes, but this camp specifically, I'm prepared for finishes every round. So, but yeah, I can go 15 minutes, I can go 25 minutes, I can go 45 minutes. Yeah.
Awesome. And what do you have to say about this upcoming PFL season? What do you like about the landscape, and what do you see in the future for yourself?
I love it. I've studied all the opponents that are in the bracket, and I'm just super excited. It's my first year here, and so far, I'm loving every second of it. I'm excited about the season format. I'm excited about how busy I can be this year, and I plan on going out on Friday and really kicking it off to an amazing start.
Looking forward to it, Julia. Thanks so much. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Jim Barcelone.
Thank you. Curious with the addition of you and also international talent to the PFL roster. What do you think about how PFL is growing, and especially in the women's division, and making that division stronger with you and others they brought in?
I think it's amazing. It shows their commitment, and we've got a talented group of women that are under the PFL banner, and it's exciting, So I'm excited to be a part of it, and I came here to dominate.
Not being a part of the format of PFL, this is the first time, and you said you're excited and ready for this. Not being a part of it, though, is there anything you do differently to prepare for something like this, or you just have to go through the season format to then adjust it as best you can?
No, I think that, I've watched the last couple seasons and seen kind of some of the mistakes that the fighters have made and been able to learn from that. And I feel like sometimes, it's easy to look past what the step right ahead of you. So seeing that and knowing that, it's one step at a time, and that you got to stay in shape. You got to be ready to go for the season. You got to stay ready the whole season through. There's no off switch, and so that was one thing that, we started training for this right after my last fight, and I haven't stopped. So I'm in the best shape of my life, and I can't wait to showcase that.
And no matter what happens, win, lose, or draw, it's interesting because even something may happen to another fighter, and then you might get called back to compete, whether it be in the playoffs or something along those lines and all. It's unique. It's so interesting. From a mental standpoint, are you one that really prepares yourself mentally, or is it just you physically get ready and go, go, go?
No, this is so mental. This sport is, it's if you're not mentally sound going into these fights, you're broken before you get in there. And it's something that I never overlook. So my mental preparation, I take as seriously as my physical preparation going into this, just knowing that kind of, you could be facing anyone, even preparing for the season and not knowing who my opponent was right away, knowing that it could be anyone, just having that, being mentally on, it's definitely important.
Thank you.
Jay Anderson.
Thanks very much. And Julia, I wanted to start with, a lot of people look at this and say, well, Kayla's the favorite. She's the two-time champ. And I think a lot of people also look at yourself as probably the fighter who's going to give her potentially the most trouble. Do you kind of see a target on your back as in regards to that? And as well, have you already kind of started scouting her, kind of expecting, hey, we're probably going to have to do this at some point?
Well, yeah, like I didn't come here to be second. I came here to be the champion of this organization and this division. So knowing that, and I'm very comfortable having that target on my back, a 4-time Bellator world champion, knowing that people are gunning for me. I know that, but at the same time, I know that I got an important fight on Friday night, and I got Genah coming for me. So I got to make sure that I handle that and do amazing in that fight. Like I've got so many goals that I want to execute on Friday night, that then after that, I'll look at the next opponent, and it's step by step before, the final. So it's making sure that I do this amazing and then go to the next one. So, but yeah, I'm comfortable with the target.
and this might be looking a little too far ahead as well, but obviously there's a lot on the line in terms of the prize money for winning a PFL season. And I'm curious, going right back to like your Strikeforce days and your Invicta days in Bellator, I mean, at what point did you realize that, hey, in this fighting career, I can make some serious money, some life-changing money?
You know, I think that it kind of came, I never looked at it from like a business standpoint when I first started. It was like, I love the sport. I got paid basically nothing and I just love doing what I do. So that's why I started. But after a while, you know, you're like, I'm making a living at this. I'm able to take care of my family with this money. It changes a little bit, but at the same time, it's like, it's money. So it's like, I still am doing it for the love of it. And I believe that with my, you know, my quality performances, that will, pay the bills.
And it is a family business for you. And obviously you're not going to have Lance on the same card anymore. I imagine he's still going to be with you and potentially in your corner. But are you going to miss that, being able to share a card with him?
No. That was, I'm definitely not going to miss that. This is it. That we did fight on the same night one night, and that was a lot to handle. So we like to space it out. He fought last weekend in Hawaii, and we're spacing it out a little bit, a couple weeks in between. And that's definitely better.
Can you kind of ride that wave? You picked up that big win last week. Now you kind of feel that momentum?
Absolutely. It was amazing for our family. He did so good. He was able to showcase so many of his skills that, you know, it was huge for us and our family. So we enjoyed that win, finished my training camp in Hawaii, the beach. Oh my God, it was beautiful there. And then came to Texas. So I'm here. I'm ready.
All right. Well, looking forward to it. Best of luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Jonathan.
How you doing, Julia? Jonathan Ramlicon, 5 Reasons Sports. You know, you have a couple of opponents in this field that you have. Of course, Kayla is a judoka, Marina with the sambo. Your opponent is a good striker. What unique skill set do you feel that you bring to the table coming into this season?
I combine it all into this complete mixed martial artist. That's me. I can put it all together. I'm great at striking. I'm great at wrestling. I'm great at grappling. It's become one of my strengths. I can put it all together. So, I'm not like I don't feel like I'm one dimensional. In the beginning of my career, when I was coming fresh out of Muay Thai, that's how I felt. And now it's been great to be able to become a complete mixed martial artist in the sport.
And you've mentioned, you know, being a multiple-time world champion. How does it differ becoming a seasoned champion of the PFL than having a championship or winning a championship before?
I don't know yet. You know, I'll have to see at the end of the season. I'm just, I'll have to see.
Awesome. Thank you and good luck this season. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Neil Davison.
Thank you. Hi, Julia. Neil Davidson from the Canadian Press. Nice to speak to you again.
Hi. Hey, Neil.
You mentioned about not knowing your opponent for a while, but with this season, you do know pretty much when you're going to be fighting, unlike other promotions. What has that been like going into that year? Has that made things more comfortable for you?
It makes it more exciting knowing that, you know, I'm not going to have these long 1-year gaps between my fights, knowing that I got a season ahead of me. That's the exciting part of me being a part of this organization for sure.
And just finally for me, could you give us your take on Genah, your opponent? What do you expect from her?
You know, I expect her to bring it, especially after her last fight. I know she's a good striker, but I know that she's also been wrestling and developing all of her skills. So I expect her to be more well-rounded, and I expect her to, you know, because of her last performance, to really be trying to bring it on Friday night.
Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you.
Harry Mack.
Hey, Julia. Harry Mack from the Bookie's Basement. I hope you're doing well. So I just wanted to know, what changes did you make as far as training and nutrition to move up from 45 to 55?
Well, because there's not much difference, to be honest, with my eating. I just don't have to cut weight. So I'm kind of walking a little bit heavier and really comfortable, but my nutrition has always been something that I take really seriously. So, you know, healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, and obviously, sitting at a nice comfortable weight for the 155-pound division.
Got it. Well, yeah, cutting less weight certainly never hurt anybody. And I guess kind of to follow up on that, what big differences do you kind of notice in yourself and how you feel in the cage in there at 55?
Well, I feel like I have so much energy. It's crazy, but I feel so strong. And in my strength training, like we've been able to really focus on my strength training and, not worrying about size and cutting weight and being smaller, so to speak. So it's been really nice in my training camp and just being able to apply that to my skills and as a mixed martial artist.
Got it. Well, thank you very much. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Dylan.
Hey there, Julie. I appreciate you making the time.
Hi, no problem.
I was just talking to Lance Jr. ahead of his last fight there because I'd seen an article going around about, Gibson MMA kind of closing up. And he was saying that Lance Sr. has been more focusing on the refinement of, yourself and Lance Jr. there. Can you kind of talk about the dynamics with that and like how that's further kind of galvanized your skills, just that more localized kind of attention?
Yeah, I think it was kind of the blessing that came out of like the COVID pandemic, I'd say. We're just realizing that we were kind of burning the candle at both ends for having a business, running a business, and also trying to be the elite top of the top in mixed martial arts. So it's been a blessing for our family to be able to have a smaller gym. We've still got amazing training partners and a solid group of men and women to train with and get us ready for our fights and for us to train them and them fight. But it's just been a real blessing. And we really, really, really felt that going into these fights, his fight and mine.
Well, that's awesome to hear. And just a quick follow-up, because I feel like I love getting the updates on the beekeeping there. Like, how's the progression with the honey going there?
Well, we're heading into, summer. So we've got, I think, 6 hives right now. And last year was amazing. It was like incredible. We had so much amazing honey and that was really cool. So it was kind of another skill that we developed over the pandemic. Cause like I never would have started that if we didn't have that time to slow down and get to enjoy that. So it's been neat.
Yeah, would you say you're a blue belt in the beekeeping as of yet, or where would you rank your level?
I'd still say white belt for sure. But, I'm getting better. We've caught a few swarms and learned how to, there's a lot that goes into it. It definitely, it humbles me for sure.
Well, thanks so much for the insights. And yeah, great talking to you.
Thank you. You too.
Mills.
Hey, how's it going, Julia? It's MMA Locker Room, part of Puff Sports Radio.
Hi.
Hey, I got a quick question for you. A lot of fighters, sometimes when they go into matches, they have a specific game plan based off their opponent's strengths and weaknesses. Are you one of those fighters that's looking to maybe exploit that with this fight coming up? And if so, what should we expect this Friday?
You should expect the best Julia you've ever seen. But yeah, we do. We definitely do film study, study our opponents, come up with a game plan that we think will be, great. And then there's also like an aspect of that you got to go with the flow as well. So, but yeah, definitely. I'm one of those people that we plan and plan and plan and plan and we prepare. So that's me.
Got it. And then also too, I want to ask this because I've been following you for a minute now. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have somebody training under you as well, right? That you help fight in Bellator, right? I want to say it's Lance Gibson. I could be wrong though. But how has that have been going for your career going forward? Because sometimes they say actually when you show people and teach them, you actually learn new things yourself and actually evolve in your own career.
Yeah, teaching, I think it definitely has helped me become a better mixed martial artist. He fought last weekend in Hawaii for Bellator and did amazing, but he's also teaches me a lot. So he's my number one training partner, 155-pound southpaw. I'm fighting a southpaw on Friday night, and he's been my number one training partner as well. So he's taught me so much as well as me be able to teach him a thing or two.
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to your fight. And let's keep this teaching and learning thing going.
Yeah, for sure.